Meek Mogul.
Yeah.
That's your new name, man. Meek Mogul.
Meek Billy.
Meek Billy.
Yeah. They call Kyle Billy, Meek Billy.
How close do you feel like you are to that, man?
2023, 25, some shit like that. I believe it's possible.
I saw you post the other day. You was like, yo, when I hit that 100 million, I'm gonna put it on the gram.
Yeah, I'm gonna post that. I gotta let people see how that look.
Yeah.
Like nobody never showed me how that looked when I was poor, so I ain't had dreams or aspirations of that. As I got on the music and shit like that, I used to think like $1 million just was like the world. Even $100 million, some people that ain't the world, but to where we come from, that's like extreme wealth from the levels that poverty we come from.
I like everything you're doing, man. I feel like you've really found your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, you let me hear a bunch of records just now. Like, how much does your new music reflect what you stand for right now?
Yeah, it always been mixed up like that. I was talking to Hov one time. It just like, I heard on your last album, like it's not what you say, it's how you say certain things. Like, you know, you might hear Hov and them pop some shit and they rap. I forgot what he said. Some shit that was like through a hands-free, some shit like that.
I still don't know what that is. I
don't know what hands-free is, but he said he was get you touched through a hands-free.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? It's the way he said it. The way I would have said it, yeah, I would put a check on your head. Like, there's just different ways, like how you deliver art and you deliver people when you get to certain levels and you're growing and you're trying to reach the masses. So I think this year I got good advice. I'm 32, grown a little bit, so, you know, it's kicking in.
That comes with experience and education, though, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Getting education from one of the greatest rappers, well, the greatest rapper in my book. Mm-hmm. You getting a class, getting information straight from him, as experiences that I went through at this age, so yeah.
I wonder where you at, because on your first album, Dreams and Nightmares, you had a song called Traumatized.
Yeah.
But then on your Championships album, Grammy nominated, by the way, you got a song called Trauma.
Yeah.
So how have you changed mentally from the time you wrote the first song to the second?
The first one, like the first song of Trauma, I'm sick. I'm in the hood. I got the hood mentality. Like, you know what I mean? I kill anybody. I do anything just for the dumbest reasons. In my mind, traumatized. You hear me talking about I want to kill a guy that killed my dad. Me now, I don't know if I'd be able to see you and control my emotions. Somebody that killed my father, but me, I don't even think about shit like that no more. I think time heals everything. It ain't on my agenda to do, but as an 18-year-old kid, 19 years old, probably, when I wrote that rap, that was my mind frame. That was what I was feeling. So I think over like growth and shit like that, I changed. It's just different situations. Me probably at traumatized when I was doing that, when I was thinking that way. I still was being in the hood. I was still around murder. Still could have got murdered any day being in them environments. Being paranoid, trying to protect yourself, being around death and shit like that. I've been out the hood kind of a little more for the last few years, so I don't have the same type of mentality fully, but it's still there.
You think you've done anything to like try to deal with that trauma?
Yeah, hell yeah. I've been smoking weed all week. I'm smoking all day. I got 100 friends that been murdered and shit. When we lay down in the bed, we gotta smoke something, take a Benadryl, something. You start thinking about 10 of your homies that got killed last year. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like a little, yeah, I smoke. I used to take perks. Remember I was talking about on your show?
Yeah.
I used to take perks and shit like that. But all that came from like a balance of dealing with shit like that. We just got a kid out of jail. Well, not got him out of jail. The Philadelphia's public defender's office got him out of jail, and we supported it. And he went to jail for not having 1900. Basically, like, you got judges and shit that send kids to jail for
for the child support.
Yeah, but that's just one thing. You know, you get sent to jail for taking Percocets or for smoking weed. But me, from experience of living in the hood, I know these young kids that's coming to these courtrooms, they've been shot at by police, their brothers got murdered in front of their moms, in front of their face, all types of raw shit they've been through. Friday the 13th every day. You gonna lock them up for smoking weed at night? Because they going, but y'all prescribing this shit to soldiers and saying it's medicine, you know what I'm saying? What was my point I was making? I lost it.
You know, we was talking about, you know, how to deal with the trauma, but you can't get a kid like just drugs.
I ain't giving them that. I'm telling you what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about having 20, 30 homies and shit, being rich, coming from poverty and growing so far away from your people, and there's so many things. You gotta cut people off. You gotta deal with people being famous all day. You gotta act like you happy. Mm-hmm. If I go to a family cookout, I tell my family, I'm not trying to talk to 10 people at one time, because before I was famous, I didn't used to talk to people at one time. So I would be fake coming to a family event and just trying to cater to everybody because I'm a celebrity. That's the type of shit that make people like depressed, go through shit. There's so many different compartments to it. So, you know, me, that was the way what I do so I can get some sleep. I can't sleep at night, so, you know, I might spark up here and there. I'm about to stop smoking right now. Tomorrow when I go back from the Bahamas, just for a little period of time.
What's making you stop?
So I won't be addicted to nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the other part of reform, though, right? Because you talk about.
Then they sending these babies to jail. These niggas all got addictive ways. Their
That's what
mom
I'm
was
saying.
using drugs,
Yes.
or their dads and shit like that. So once they get introduced to it, you gonna be on it. So me, I don't want to be addicted to anything. You know, I think weed is not a hardcore drug, but I don't even want to be addicted to that. A cigarette, liquor, anything.
Do the names of the albums, like, you know, Championships, Dreams and Nightmares, do they directly reflect your position in life at the times you recorded them?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Like championships, you know, everybody was saying I was losing it. L here, L there. Now I decided to paint the narrative. I'm about to show you what we're gonna do in the championship when everything is on the line. You're back to the wall. If I would have lost that CD, what would have happened to Meek Mill if I would have dropped the shitty album that time? What you think would have happened? Probably been over for Meek Mill after this championship.
Yeah, it'd have been bad.
Yeah, it'd have been bad.
Yeah.
So, you know, I named it championships and I wanted to win. I decided to, you know what I mean, shoot for the win. That was the narrative of it. So, you know, Dreams and Nightmares, basically being on in the game and coming from poverty and making $2-3 million at the time when I'm 22, 23 years old. I'm living out my dreams, traveling the world. I'm coming back to the hood. You getting shot at. You got cops trying to take you off the street, working harder because you somebody now. I'm going in and out of prison. I'm making millions, but I'm in and out of prison. So you see the cover. It's like a Rolex and a handcuff connected. Like, and you know, where we come from, the Rollie is like our trophy to us. So, you know, I connected them together and it's named The Dreams Nightmare.
When they told you was nominated for a Grammy for Championships, how did you feel?
I ain't really feel nothing for real, if we being all the way technical. I was excited, but like me, I've been doing this shit for a long time. I'm real vetting this shit with me, how I feel personally. I came from Philadelphia era of having to stand on the corner, and I'm not a battle rap. When people say that, they be like, it make me mad a little bit, because I'd be like, I was only battling people when you see me on corners because that's what was going on. People was rapping on the corners. And when we got to studios, you ain't see me rapping on the corner with people and shit like that. So I've been rapping for 10 years. I ain't never really get nominated for nothing. So when I get nominated for something, I'm not really gonna it's not gonna excite me to the fullest extent it's supposed to, because who's judging me? I don't even understand the process for
That's
it.
dope.
I would really be lying to you if I told you that. Yes, I do. I think a Grammy is the highest form of a musical award you can achieve in our world that we in right now, but just not even towards them or anybody. If you've been making music and been good for 10 years and never really been acknowledged, it ain't really gonna make you really jump when you do get acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm a street rapper. I'm like gangster, hardcore street rapper. I come from that. We always been like categorized as the guys that our art didn't really match up to like the commercial or the guys who were like friendly towards America with their music. So
You just don't need their validation, basically.
no, I don't need nobody validation. If you know me, Jay-Z could give me $1 million to $100 million. I'm gonna walk off like nothing ain't going on. Everybody know me. I'm not gonna get excited. Maybe if I win that shit get in my hand, I might change. But just from me doing it, I know sometimes I see people get awards over me. I be like, I know I'm better than them in that category, that specific category. And it might make me feel insecure or less of a person because I'm letting that group or that academy judge my talent or skill. Sometimes that could go to your head. So I always try to remove that. I remove billboards, numbers, and shit like that. Like when my album do good, they say Meek Mill sold 300 first week. You ain't gonna see me post that more than once. Like I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna put it up, but I ain't gonna keep posting that like that's what it's about, because that don't really drive me and make me excited.
What's your connection to Antoine Rose?
Well, it's horrific, terrible. A gang of people under a certain organization killing people that look like us and nothing being done about it, you know? And drug dealers, they got secrecy. When cops kill people, and another cop, sometimes they can know they wrong. It's a secrecy world. They have their own secrecy. Nobody says anything. And I think at this time we at, these platforms and resources and everything, we can really get on top of what's going on. That's as senseless that a cop could kill a, how old is that kid? 17-year-old kid on a video. I think nowadays we found ways to show the world and put videos together like that can actually touch people that don't come from our world. Because before, I think we had to just go off for what, CNN, CBS, like out of like 10 stations and shit like that. So
And they wasn't showing that.
I got 20 million followers. Jay-Z he got a big influence. Beyonce, this is the umbrella I'm telling you. Rihanna, J. Cole, Uzi, Megan, this the Rock Nation umbrella that I'm under, that we support shit like that. So when they come, I'm supporting it 1,000%. And we like a media powerhouse. We could bring the same level of media that anybody can bring in America.
It's crazy because, you know, even when you see the name Antoine Rose, we see these stories happen so much, you can put any name there.
Yeah,
it could be Antoine,
Robert
it could
Kraft,
be
my friend. Like, yeah,
Michael
but I
Brown.
said, man, we need this need to get played at the stadium one day so people can see what type of shit really take place in our household. This is the type of stuff I be telling you about. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And, you know, we doing them things and taking them to the fullest extent and you know, making an awareness. Like me, I got beat up by the cops before. I got hurt many times. That's just not my issue that I speak on, but that shit bothers me a lot. And every time you see if somebody get killed by a cop through my social media, if I see it and I verify that it's a real story, I'm supporting it 100%.
What do you think is the most effective way to combat police brutality right now?
I don't know. I came from the trap. I don't know how to combat. I get caught up in interviews a lot trying to be like a fucking a Martin Luther King and trying to come up with these crazy solutions. Like, I got booked with a gun. I got locked up with a pistol. I dropped out of school in 11th grade, shit like that. When they ask me, what about Donald Trump and I'd be like, I don't know. I'm from North Philly. I don't know about that shit. I don't know what you could do to stop it, but I know I'm not accepting it in my mentality that is normal anymore. I used to accept getting beat up by police was normal. Getting shot at. I got a homie right here. He got shot at by the police. We was talking about this 2 days ago in here. I said, you got shot at by the police and you got charged with attempted murder. You know why they had to charge him with attempted murder?
To cover
because they had
themselves.
to make up a reason why they shot at him. But I told him, I'm like, look, and this is a person that be with me every day. I said, if you came and told this story in front of Mike and them, they'd be amazed. But in our world, we never even bring that shit up. We never even thought about it. We got people like that around us every day, so you know.
Because it's normalized.
Yeah, it's normal. So my mentality, me, my family, and people I could teach, we teaching it ain't normal. Even Michael Rubin, he actually taught me, a white man that don't come from my community where I come from. I was like, yeah, no, that's the type of shit they send me to jail for. They been doing it. He like, that's not normal. I'm like, it is normal. He got serious, like, no, that's not normal. Like, that you even thinking like that make me mad that you think like that. And I kind of caught on and I start seeing the way he live. He fuck around, put his cell phone out in the courtroom. And they ain't gonna carry him out of that courtroom. It's just it's a different level of respect for the white man and the black man or the brown man in the system or the brown woman in the system, and it's a clear cut. And now I got billionaires and Caucasian people who have sense, who have power, saying that these things don't make any sense on our side. So it's just bringing like a real level of awareness, and I'm using it and taking it to the fullest extent that I can.
Is that what made you open your eyes to it when you have the conversations with the Michael Rubins and you telling them it's two Americas and they starting to hear about these things that are normal to us and they looking like, this shit ain't normal?
Yeah, and the crazy part is, and now I'm thinking about it, Michael Rubin said that to me before. One time she sent me to jail probably in 2014. When she sent me to jail, it was basically over the dumbest shit. I don't even remember what she sent me to jail for. She sent me so many times. It was like not committing crime. So when I was in jail, where I was at mentally in my life, I felt like I kind of was about to crash. I'm doing lean, making bad decisions and shit. So when she sent me to jail, I'm talking to Jay, I'm like, yeah, man, I probably needed to be in here. Man, my life was moving a little funny. He said, man, you don't never need to be in no motherfucking jail. You don't need to be locked away by no animal to get your sense, nigga. Sit down and think. That's not never the solution. If you ain't committing crime, you ain't no threat. You ain't supposed to go to jail just because your head ain't thinking right. You know what I'm saying? Change your environment, anything. And that was like my first eye opener to like, that shit wasn't normal because the way they were saying it to me, they were saying it with aggression.
What conversations do you have with your son?
Like on what level?
Just about any of this. When you talk about the corruption of the system, knowing the experiences you went through as a black man, but his experience is gonna be totally different. Because
Yeah, I don't
because
even
of
talk
you.
to my son about that type stuff. Really,
Right.
at this point, my son 8. He like play Fortnite. Like I don't even want to introduce him yet into worlds that he don't even have to be introduced to. Like when I grew up, everybody be like, "You bad, you bad, you bad." Y'all told me I'm bad 5,000 times. When I was 5 years old. Now I want to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to introduce my son into even putting that in his head of. I don't think he need that type of training till he about 13, 14 years old. So I'm trying to stay away from it. Like he don't understand. He like, why you in dad jail? Why you in jail, dad? I was riding a motorcycle. I was popping a wheelie, but I ride motorcycles with him every day, 7 days a week, in a Caucasian suburban neighborhood. You ain't supposed to ride on the street, but all the neighbors got bikes. You think they gonna call the cops on all of us and go to jail? No. So he don't really understand it. So I just kind of leave it at that. I don't think he had the age to really. I ain't gonna get up here and sound like the perfect dad, like I taught my son how to stay away from police at the age of 8. Nah, I keep that out of his life. My son, I've been in jail probably 3 times since my son was like 5. And none of the times when he come in and ask me, I don't know what the hell to say. I just know not to lie to my son and say I'm in school or prison. I ain't know what to say last time because it was an emotional situation, but I ain't lying. When the first time I talked to my son at the week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm in jail. Hopefully I get out soon, but I went to jail for something stupid, riding bikes like we do all the time. It's the situation. My son be saying shit like, oh, and we leave it at that.
You think how when he is old enough, what would you tell him about the police?
Don't let him fucking take you out. I always was, I'm a rebel. Like, if I wasn't Meek Mill and shit like that on my days off, even sometimes now, we fighting for bikes, you know what I'm saying? We fighting for what's right with be a fighter. Don't let nobody take your life. I don't know what the hell I would tell my son. I don't want to get up here and say the wrong thing. Like I'm gonna tell my son to do the wrong thing towards the cops, but shit, be on point. I always teach my son. I try to teach my son to be on point, be a good decision maker. Stay the fuck away from. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I was taught to stay away from cops. If you ask me that I have a choice to get pulled over by a police officer or a regular person, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna pick the regular person just so I could keep on going so the person don't have authority over my life to change the fate of my day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
How has your relationship with your son played a role in the decisions you make?
In life,
Yeah.
it just give me boundaries. I got a son. I gotta look after. I gotta take care of and raise it. I just gotta have boundaries. Like jumping on a dirt bike, getting chased by fucking cop cars might not be the best thing, even though I love bikes and that's what I've been fighting for. But now I got a son, so I ain't gonna jump on this jump maybe I probably ride once a year. But when I didn't have that, my mentality was different. All I had to worry about was me, as far as responsibility wise.
Coming from Philly, man, and just being from the trenches.
Yeah.
When you talk about that environment, how did that environment contribute to the toxic cycle for black men in America?
So what?
The toxic cycle for black men in America. Just, being from Philly, being in the streets, getting involved in drugs or violence, jail, like it's just that cycle that just keeps going from generation to generation. How much does the environment contribute to that?
Probably 100%. Yeah, it's a religion. Like you ever see a suicide bomber, you be like, I used to always try to figure that out. When I seen 9/11, I'm like, how the fuck they fly planes and they kill themselves and they know they gonna kill themselves? It's the same thing. The streets is like a religion. We learn it from when we little ass kids. We turn 18, we'll leave our mom in the house. We'll leave anybody to go to them streets. And I realized that it's not even like decision making no more. Like we'll jump in the streets head first, knowing we're gonna go to jail and suffer, be tortured, or die young. But it's our beliefs. This is what we believe in. I just got a hold of that type of, like, I experienced hanging around billionaires and shit like that, or hanging on we on the island. Right. So I understand that. I'd rather not be getting shot at. It probably would be better if I go chill on the island with my family and did some cooler shit. You know what I'm saying? That was all we knew coming up. I got a friend, he a young guy, he in the mix and shit. But he peoples, he locked in. He in the streets. He moving around the streets. But in real life, one of his best friends is Meek Mill, a millionaire. I give him anything. You don't gotta do anything illegal to make money. And not just I'm his friend. You got people like Jay, fucking Dez, Mike, them 3 people I named, some of my friends, they connected to my friends because of they care about me, so they try to watch out for around the people I be around. And just having those resources and connection, the streets shouldn't even be in your fucking mind. I could give my friend 2 payrolls or 3 payrolls or something. He got work and do a job. The streets at this point should not even be in the picture. We sitting in the Bahamas. I got best friends in the streets where babies getting killed. They might lose their life tonight, or go to jail tonight. It's a religion, it's deep, it's buried in them. It's not even like a conscious decision. And we live in life off of thinking that it's a conscious decision. When you go to court, I had a gun, you can't say, Your Honor. And 30 people got murdered in my neighborhood last week. That's why I had a gun. You can't say that type shit. So, it's an unfair situation. This is what it is, and that's how we're gonna carry it.
Is it hard to disconnect? Because we seen you pull up with the exotic cars in the hood still.
Yeah, I was sick. You know what I mean? It's a mentality. And I say the word sick. It's like I got a homie, right? Right now, we go to the Bahamas. I take 6 niggas, but I be with 100 of them. So when us 6 come back, we just had a great time, ball. Now you might got one of them guys that might come to the guy, one of the 6 guys, damn, what y'all was doing out there? Damn, such and such, just feeding poison into one of them 6 heads because he might not have came or he wasn't around. I always tell people that when you go back, you hang around me, you go back to the hood, you're gonna have people trying to put poison in you. You gotta be able to determine, should you even let that shit enter your body? Like poison, you had no control of it. Once it get in you, they feed you enough of you, you're gonna be sick. So I always tell people, I be like, you let a nigga tell you about me, we just had the best time of our life. He's sitting in the hood, sick, can't do nothing. If tomorrow I call him and tell him, yo, take his seat on the jet, what you think gonna happen? He gonna switch him right out. And basically, I seen that happen a lot of times, so I use that as a analogy, basically letting somebody poison you. We poison. Fuck you think niggas, we watched a video, a guy say he killed a woman and don't know why killed her. That mean he's poisoned. Something is the matter with his head. And from the video of watching it happen in 1997, he been in prison. He had to go through some shit. Don't look like he got poison in his body no more. And I think coming up in a bad environment, death, murder, and shit like that, can be poison. And shit on your doorstep, you won't catch it.
But when you got a gift like you got, you can take that poison and turn it into poetry, right?
Yeah, you can, but it's still your brain, like your mind. Your mind frame is bad. Like they teach you everything that's good is bad. You understand? Like the environment where we come from is like if you wanted to become a cameraman like in the hood, and this like now it's changing because you got social media. Niggas will talk so crazy to you because you had aspirations of doing something that they never like. I PJ Kev, I got homies that's gangster as fuck. I watched them mesmerize. I watched them watch him having fun. And they wished at some time, they even say it sometimes, damn, I wish it was cool to be like you 10 years ago. But the way we was raised, nothing was cool. It was cool to just go to jail.
Yeah, you can't be the nigga going to school. Look at that nigga going to school.
Yeah, like if you went far in school, it was like if you went to college, you was labeled as a weirdo where I came from. That was the teachings of where I came from. If you just was smart, you was a weirdo. If you stayed to yourself, you was a weirdo or like a clown to us. But that was our teachings, and we didn't really know any better. They told us everything that was right, it was wrong. Basically, when I was a rapper in 2003, it wasn't cool to rap. You had to be like me. I had a little heart, and I would fight, so people wouldn't just joke on me. I wasn't the toughest guy, but I do what I want. I always was a leader, but being a rapper wasn't the best decision to make in 2003. Coming from
03?
Nah.
In Philly, home of state property.
Because everybody rap. You coming up on the corner, niggas like, you rap now? So automatically, it just take from you, it discourage you. Like, you know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers you hang with every day, that's just the mentality. Not saying they wrong, that's the only way they was taught. You know how it is. My sister used to come in my room, Mom, look, he rapping. And run out, and I'd be shy, I'd be discouraged. She don't know. She wasn't trying to discourage me, but it's just the teachings of the way we do it. We teach fight. You bad. Everything about it is kind of poison, but that was the only way we knew.
That's a wild thing to think about, because if I was a young black man from Philly, I'd be looking at all these brothers that made money off rap, from Will Smith to Beanie Siegel to...
When you hang around gangsters, niggas like, nigga, you rap, you supposed to be a gangster. It's just like...
Well, Beanie was gangster.
It's like making it out of the hood. Like, people gonna tell you every reason why he ain't in the hood no more. Do you honestly think I care about if anybody say I'm in the hood right now?
I would hope not.
Do you think that? Do you honestly think if that they did a 5-week
I
parade in
don't think.
Philly, Meek Mill don't come to the hood? Do you
Nah.
think I even would say anything on Twitter?
Nah, I don't think you would care. Not
It
at this
would be
point.
funny. It would literally be funny. We help people come home. I buy my grandmom in them houses. I buy my mom houses, sisters and nieces. My nephews and nieces see me superhero type shit. You think I care about with some niggas that ain't never, I'm not saying everybody from the hood never achieved nothing, but the people that talk like that are people that really had nothing going on for themselves. Like, why you worrying about if fucking P&B Rock came from or Uzi came from Philadelphia? I'm talking, yeah, don't be in the hood no more. Why the fuck I want them to be in the hood? Would I want them to get killed? Our murder rate say 400 people a year, black kids. Why the fuck would I want P&B Rock or Lil Uzi to be in the hood?
That's real.
Y'all don't be in the hood like that. What sense do that make? But I was raised on that. I used to do that all the time. But now I be like, they said it ain't my block. It's not my block. I don't own no property on that block. I do got a few blocks that with my aunt own a property on it, I might own one. Now we can have that debate. But telling me that ain't my block, I don't have nothing to come here for. When I come around, come in 200,000 worth of charity, toys, passing them out myself. You can't make me feel like I'm him. I feel like I passed out 200,000 toys in the hood yesterday. I left for 6 months and ain't been back, but when I was here, I did something.
That's real flexing. I saw you post on Twitter. I don't know what you was talking about, but you said something to somebody like, I'm out here changing the law. I'm trying to get a law changed.
I was
ain't got
really
time for
like,
this
and
shit.
I want to speak on this. I was talking about what they was creating through Blueface and Young Ro.
Boom,
Young
gotcha.
Ro, I probably knew Young Ro 17 days. Him and Blueface is going back to back, and everything is Meek artist, Meek artist. I've been around this shit 10 years. Why the fuck is DJ Academics posting Blueface talking about Young Ro on Instagram? He posted it 3-4 times in a row. Like I watched him. Everybody tactical and like strategic. It was 3 posts of Blueface talking about Young Ro. I'm like, Young Ro knew. Nobody even knew him yet. So what is leading up to? My name being there. What else is gonna lead up to? Whack 100 saying something. Now what? I'm saying something. Now what? This is a kid I just met a week ago and just signed and wanted to make some money with him. Now I'm in the middle of a fucking beef. I got laws, I got real shit going on. I'm scared to be in the middle of this shit. I don't want to be a law changer. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to make a few mistakes. I don't want to be here, but I had to make that known that like, I don't even entertain that type shit no more. Leave me out of that. Like, Ro, I'm here for him. I will help support him. We got Bill. I gotta actually know this nigga. Just because we getting money together, and this go for any rapper that do business with me. Just because we sign this week don't mean that like our lives, who I beef with becomes your beef. Like, I got real shit. I got kids in the house. I got a whole family tree I take care of. I would be pretending if I was out here acting like every artist I sign, his problems, his life problem is my life problems. That's not the case. I do anything for Ro. I'm giving him opportunity to change his family life. The way the people was setting it up, the bloggers, they was lining something up, really, what I seen.
But your life don't change overnight when you sign a deal, though, right? Like, you ain't supposed to be able to just immediately go buy your mom a house, and a car,
why
and a
is we
chain,
even
all that.
comparing jewelry to family members?
Right.
Like, what conversation is like, what is the basis of this conversation? We got black people comparing stones and metal to their moms and shit like that. I'm not even getting the basis of the debate. He's saying I ain't buy no jewelry because I gotta get my mom and them right before I buy jewelry. It's nothing. I think Blueface should respect that. I know he respect that. I know Wack respect that. I respect that. And Ro, he made me like him even more for even saying that. With him and Blueface having words, it helped. He a young new artist. Nobody don't know that kid at the time. And all it did was help. I'm like, man, make sure you handle that shit right, man. Don't turn your rap shit into you coming in this shit beefing. You said you from the streets. You went through a lot of shit. Get in the shit, get your money. Let them know how you feel, but don't just be creating no chaos and little bloggers, academics, y'all, this, that. Stop even pumping shit, because when y'all pumping it, in the middle of when it happened, you don't know Young Ro. You don't know if Blueface and them real gangbangers, murderers. You don't know if Young Ro and them real murderers. Why you posting this shit 4 times and trying to like gas? I understand that bloggers have a job to do, but don't blatantly post no shit or instigate nothing with any of my artists. I'm not the white owners. With us is Jay-Z at Rock Nation, it's Meek Mill at Dream Chase. We got a merged label. We not the white owners, so we handling it a little different. I ain't beefing with my artists, but you ain't just gonna blatantly take the kids and throw them away in the trash and make them crash, and I know how to stop that.
What did Young Ro call you after that? Did he?
Yeah, I called him. Yo, man, don't let nobody just bait you into no shit. Like, pay attention to what's going on. They wild young kids. Like, I'm not saying he's any tougher than Blueface or any of them. They wild young kids. If you look at his videos and what he talking about, that's his life. So before he make decisions trying to, social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably a kid from the ghetto. He ain't never had nobody try to play him in front of millions of people. Today, that was his obstacle of the day. So he might make a bad decision. So I give him a call. Don't let that shit throw you off for what you came to do, nigga. You about to buy your mom a house. You just was in the trenches taking risks. You moving forward.
Even when I saw Blueface say to him, like, if you sign a deal and you can't afford a house and you can't afford a car and you can't afford a chain, you signed the wrong deal. I'm like, that's not how that works.
No, I just don't even think Blueface should be saying that to Ro. Ro is like, Blueface has got hits already. He already up and going. Young Ro ain't even a young kid out the street. He that's what he want to do. That's his situation, what he got going on. I just thought it was tricky that why the fuck they posting Blueface 3 times talking about Ro buying his mom a house before he buy jewelry. He brand new. He ain't even a celebrity yet. So, I just wanted to kill that just for anybody, because right now I probably got 10, 20 artists signed to me. Just because I got 10, 20 artists. Some of them might not even like each other. I'm going to step in, I'm going to handle it different than record labels do now and try to steer them the right way. But no, you ain't just going to automatically connect me to everybody and make me take on every situation and battle they got to take on. It's too much. I'm going to crash if I do that.
You just did the deal for Dream Chasers Records and you got 20 artists already?
Yeah, we probably got like 15. I'm gassing on a little bit.
Why though? You don't want to take your time and like groom one at a time maybe?
Yeah, no, we're going to grow them one at a time,
okay.
But we just locking them in. Like, we doing it the way record labels do it. If we ain't doing anything, record labels probably got 150 people signed to their label, but you only know 7 of them. You know what I mean? They locked them in. They signed them early before it become a battle going back and forth with artists. Me, the way I'm doing it is I'm picking artists that I genuinely like. Like, I'm not even trying to really do like the bidding wars with labels. I'm trying to find an artist that actually match my brand, that I know I can speed their process up and help make money with them and help better their situation.
What happened with Roddy Ricch? I thought he was supposed to sign with you.
Nothing ain't happened with Roddy Ricch. Me and Roddy Ricch got mega shit coming. I don't know. Like, me and Roddy wasn't seeing eye to eye. They younger than me. I'm 32. You gotta really think about it. So when I'm dealing with these young boys that's 22 and 21, I always treat them like we the same age because they grown men at the same time. We wasn't seeing eye to eye at a time. He knew I wasn't seeing eye to eye with him. I knew I wasn't. I knew the same thing. He felt the same way. As an older guy, as a person who leading the way, I can't be beefing with no young nigga that I just try to put on. This nigga, we stand in the same house, we eating together every night. We just pulled up, busted up, done deal. It was our own personal thing. If I need 500,000 right now, I know I could call Roddy to bring me 500,000 if I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Just from how I built with niggas and what I do. We do business a little bit different. One of the guys I've been working with, my friend for a minute, he came to me about Roddy early. I fuck with Young. That's what I'm doing. I'm supporting it with you. Period.
How does growing up in the hood, I guess shape your mental health?
It make you crazy as shit. You're gonna be shout out by the time you get through that shit. I went back in my hood just with the new way I be thinking now. I really got around people. I was like, damn, there's a lot of crazy people, and not crazy, a lot of people that have mental health where we come from. And it's not just a coincidence that these people have, a large group of people have it in these areas. I believe just going through the shit they going through. I'm talking about Friday the 13th. What's the most scariest movie America has ever seen? What movie is that? Like, what's the top movies? What?
Shit, I mean, I used to think all those movies were scary, but now seeing the shit we see on the internet way scarier, real life shit.
I use that for like judges and like DAs and shit like that. When you sentencing a kid that got locked up with a gun, taking into consideration that fucking 100 people got murdered in this neighborhood in the last 100 days, he might be mentally sick, paranoid, post-traumatic stress, depressed, everything in one. So take that into consideration. This is Friday the 13th in these areas every night. When you hear about, I don't know if you be seeing my page, I post up every other day a little girl or a woman get shot in their head or get killed or a child get killed in Philly. And when I come around that type of shit, I got the resources to do it legally. But when I come around that shit, I'm bulletproofed up. Them sticks you hearing about in raps, they legal. They're around when we in them environments. And I wouldn't have them if I didn't have to have them in those environments. I seen Jay was like, what you got bulletproof for? I'm like, nah, nigga, you Jay-Z. You got twins, you got Beyonce, you live some. I still got to dance amongst
The wolves.
yeah, the wolves, because I ain't get that far away. And then I asked him, like, man, when was your last year when niggas was talking about they gonna stop? You know how, like, you're a rapper, you trying to, I posted this. You could be trying to get away from the street, but you always got somebody from the hood that's like, we gonna take something from him. That nigga ain't real, he ain't built like that. Sometimes that was like a big test for me, probably over the last year, just dealing with people like that. Because these guys will almost pull you back into the mentality you was raised off. And even if they gotta sacrifice they self to make you lose, they would do that. And I had to be able to pay attention to that and notice that, like, niggas will sacrifice they self for you to lose, and I don't entertain that no more. I don't want you to be able to control my fate.
That's the crabs in the barrel theory, basically. Why do you think
we
it's so?
call it we call it nigga-itis. That's what we call it. That's what the OGs in jail was calling it. The guys, the real slaves that's locked down for shit they ain't doing, got life sentence. One guy said, man, it's called nigga-itis because the COs was locking me in a little bit more. They thought I was gonna be walking around with my chest out. And I was just quiet. I'm in jail, I'm a millionaire, I don't know nobody here, I'm just quiet. So COs talking to me, I'm confused, I'm in prison. I'm not really interacting with people, so they kind of thought that I was like acting higher to them. So it'd be time to lock in. They'd be locking me in a little bit more, or say something to me first, or just going hard on me because I kind of like, I made it to where I wanted to make it at, and they probably didn't make it to where they wanted to make it at in life. So they kind of like taking it out on me. So a guy was like, nigga, he said, well, you know what we call that, man? We call that nigga-itis. He said, you know what we call that judge? He said, she infected. She got nigga-itis. That's why she trying to send you to jail like that.
So how do you kill nigga-itis?
I don't know. I ain't no doctor. I don't be knowing about that type of shit. I know how to make some millions off of rap. I know how to stay alive. If you notice, I'm a millionaire. I just came from the penitentiary. I know how to dance around. I know how to be a likable person, and I don't know how to come up with a situation, a solution to that.
How did it feel when you got free, man? Like no probation, no nothing, just like, man, I can live.
Really, it ain't really kick it if it felt surreal. It felt kind of like surreal. It just, as days went by, probably 2 months went by, I woke up one day like, damn, that's why I'm doing shit like this. I couldn't do shit like this. Just get up and record my album in the studio in the Bahamas, or get up and just go to a different country. You might be overwhelmed. You see like celebrities and shit, these kids, they be on pills and getting high and shit like that. Sometimes this shit get overwhelming. Like, you might just want to get up and just go to another country and get away from all the negative shit I'm telling you that I come from for a week, because we got family and this shit, so we still got to make it back some way. But you might want to get away for a month. I couldn't do those things.
After being conditioned to have to call a PO all the time, you still reach for your phone like, oh shit,
I thought about my PO probably a week ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna call her, because she was actually a good PO. You know, she a model probationer. She asked me that I have a problem when I was addicted to opioids. I said, yeah, she went and got me help. And I felt like I should keep in contact with her. So the other day I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna call her, but I ain't have her number.
When you talk about being addicted to opioids, and you see a lot of these young rappers dying because of opioid use, do you ever be like, yo, I escaped the bullet with that shit?
Yeah, hell yeah. I be telling them, like, I'm damn near a preacher. I be having to tell a young guy, yo, bro, that shit, that shit really kill you. Like, no, fuck your decision making up, make you forget. Like, when I'm saying it to him, I want him to know, like, no, I'm telling you, because this happened to me at one point. I'm telling you, it happened to me, it happened to you if you say you look up to me. Like, how I look at, like, the people that I admire, I look at Jay, he made $1 billion. Shit, I can make $1 billion too. So I kind of, like, I try to give it to him in a way like, shit, if that shit can fuck me up, bro, and you claim you look up to me, it'll do the same thing to you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people gotta go through their own life experiences. Like Juice, that shit was fucked up. It had to be that way. Like, you never want nobody's life experiences to be death or like some shit they can't come out of. But for the ones that's doing it that have a chance to change, you might gotta go through a life experience. Me, I had to go through my own life experience to not want to do that.
How much blame should rappers get for those young kids' drug use?
None. how much social media should get regular fans for bashing these little kids all day on Instagram. I be looking at a situation like Summer Walker. They say
she deal with anxiety.
Yeah, she probably really dealing with anxiety.
Absolutely.
But nobody don't give a fuck. They
Right.
talking about how you ain't perform right, how you ain't do this right, how you ain't. They want you. They don't give a fuck if you get on pills and die for real, for real. They bashing. They ain't gonna stop. If you could tell, she could tell people, yo, I'm depressed. I'm tired. Give me a break. But I got a show today. I gotta do the show. If she don't perform right, then you think they going give a fuck about her mental health? No, they don't give a fuck. And that was like the last situation I've been watching from the outside because I've been through that. I've been through like my Instagram, everybody, I got 5,000 L's. That was unbelievable to me. I didn't even think that was possible. But that was the case. Like I was cool with, Meek done. He finished. Like it was so many people talking bad about me at one time. I never even experienced that. But I come from the hood. People busting on your sneaks all day when they fucked up. People busting on your mom, so I could withstand it. These younger kids, they coming up from different environments, getting on as celebrities, and then get bashed all day. They gonna take some pills when they fucking go to sleep. You got 5,000 people telling you you're a piece of shit a day. Like, yeah, come on, blame the rappers. How you gonna blame the rappers? You gonna blame the fans? Huh?
That's why I can't blame the rappers. I think it's layers to it. I think people are born with a lot of these things already, the anxiety, depression, and when they get on these drugs or they start self-medicating, it helps them find that escape they're looking for.
Yeah.
So I can't really just put it on the music, even though the music does glorify it and make that shit seem fly as a motherfucker.
I was with a kid, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. These drugs helping these kids reach thoughts that they can't reach sober, and they falling in love with that. When they come into the booth, they try to come into damn sober. I smoke every night. You try to come into the booth and try to reach those deep thoughts and can't really connect because your mind ain't going that far. So they just be doing drugs and going places and saying things, unique things, because that's where they use unique things. Like most artists, probably, how many artists you think get high out of 100?
75.
I think 95. I think 95 because you ever hear them say shit like, what made you think of that? It's dark, deep shit, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists be living in that. So, I don't think nobody to blame for that shit, but the Percocet company to blame for that shit. Why can you buy this shit if it's killing us?
So why celebrate it? Like, when you got Future, like if Future make jamming ass music.
That's their life though. If a nigga telling you he don't gotta, I shouldn't have to explain, well, not shouldn't have to, but 10 of my homies got killed. I like to pop perks when I go to sleep at night. It make me feel better. I was talking to a young kid the other day. I was like, yeah, them Jones ain't right, man. Them Jones will fuck you up. He like, man, when I go in the booth, he said, man, it make me don't forget about everything and just feel I can say whatever I want. It actually making this guy feel like this, but it fuck him up at the same time, and he ain't thinking about long term or what it do. If it make you lose your memory, how the fuck you gonna make good songs anymore if it killing your brain cells at a high rate? This ain't like weed. This ain't weed and liquor we talking about. We talking about it's a new epidemic, so we gotta find out 10 years from now what it do to your bodies when you take them at a higher rate.
Did you have any scares when you was wilding on the surf and over?
I probably was taking it. I never disclosed it. I tell them I taking 10-30s Percocets a day. You walking with death.
God damn.
Yeah, real shit. Crazy shit. You pop 2 in the morning, they gonna wear off by 4. What y'all doing? You over here saying I'm saying too much over here? But my shit gonna be
He telling the truth though. He telling the truth.
Huh?
Yeah, but kids can learn from this though.
You need to know though.
Don't let them stop you.
Because some of their favorite artists popping 20, 30s on the low, about to die, and nobody catering to what's going on. I had to cater to myself and be like, nigga, you popping 10 perks, you a junkie, nigga. I ain't come up like that. So, I had to make a decision with myself. You gonna be a high pill popper or you gonna be a millionaire bossed up type nigga, and they ain't mixed. I ain't never see a millionaire bossed up pill popper in my life.
What was the wake up call? Like, was it your team? Was it
myself, my decision making, all types of shit. I don't even want to keep making this decision because they'll make this like a storyline. Yo, when I be going back and trying to figure out why I really when I make decisions and I make and I do shit, I know why I did it. if you ask me about like why I came at Drake, I don't even fucking really know. Like everybody be saying Nicki and shit. That wasn't the case. Like they always had their relationship before me and shit like that. So in my mind, I was somewhere they jumped with each other before I got in a situation. I can never like let that be the one reason why I'm mad at him. Like I felt some type of way. I just ain't really know. When I look back, I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I want to do something like that.
You was high. You was getting high.
I know. I'm just saying though, like certain niggas, cause a nigga from my neighborhood would come at me. I be in the hood, nigga. Where you at? I'm getting millions. What the fuck? I'm making very bad decisions and not knowing I'm making these bad decisions. And when I wasn't high and I looked back and went on YouTube and checked my file, I'm like, I don't do shit like that.
Not that like that shit we was watching in there. The dude was like, yo, I don't know why I killed your daughter.
Yeah, that's why I posted it today, because there's a lot of shit I did at one point being high. I could tell you certain little shit, but that wasn't the reason that I activated and made that decision that day in certain situations.
And I think it's important to have those conversations because I hate when people have those conversations so late. When Juice WRLD dead, such and such dead, and they
I
like...
heard a nigga say at the day, I don't put niggas out there, but after the same day Juice WRLD died, man, I'm gonna drink this shit forever. You know me, I just left it at, I left it there. Cause I ain't feel like it was nothing I could say, but I ain't think that was the best decision for my homie to say that.
Mm-hmm. You in a good position. It's probably a position not too many people be in. You 32, so you like the OG to them 20-somethings.
Yeah.
But then you still at that...
Compared to the ones that's that.
The OGs respect you because you remind them of what was.
Yeah.
So how does that feel to be in that space?
I just feel like I'm in a perfect space. I just feel like I gotta execute. Jay-Z was the last person to execute one of those spaces from what, having it from he had it for a minute, but like 2002, 3, I'm just telling you my era. When rap changed in 2009, Jay-Z was able to transition and still be relatable to the people my age, you know what I'm saying? And the people his age who've been fans of him from 1999 and shit like that. So I think the lane is open. All I gotta do is execute. If I execute this year and come right and keep it coming and bombing, like how it was one point Lil Wayne just was flushing shit, shit can change.
But the difference with you is like you stand for something, right? So how do you come off like you're not preaching to these young kids? Because you're really telling them the truth.
Yeah, I am. But shit, when you telling a younger kid, I was that younger kid before, and you not really registering with some, like when somebody tell you, you could be all you could be. That's a great statement, but if you telling a 14-year-old kid that they not really understand the magnitude of that. When I got older, I understood what it was, but that was the one slogan they said, so that used to go in up my ear and out the other ear. So I never really believed in that shit, kind of.
But you didn't believe that you could be all you could be?
No, just the saying. The way they delivered to me, you could be all you could be. You could be anything in the world. How? When everybody around my neighborhood going to jail and getting shot. They ain't telling you if you do these things, you need to carry yourself, you need to be like this, you need to make these type of decisions away from it. This how you could be all you could be. Don't just say I could. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't believable to me. We ain't believing in ourselves at the time.
So you taking that slogan, but you giving your experiences with it and the things you learned to show these kids how you really can be all you can be.
Yeah, shit. If you see me and you look on YouTube, you see me rapping on the curb at 13, that be braids dusty, and then you see me fucking with 8 Rolls Royces, the average mind is, if you see those 2 points, the average mind says, oh, damn, I could do that. He a human being, I could do the same shit, because they seen the beginning when you started, and then they seen the process and the success of what you got from maybe 14 years. And, you know, it's hard to teach kids it's going to take 7 years to become a millionaire, because, you know, we come up with instant gratification, social media. You look like you got it. So, you know, just got to keep pressing. I'm not the best. I'm not perfect. I'm not an angel. I do not know it all. This is where my mind frame at, and I try to deliver any information I can to the ones that come under me, because nobody ain't really delivered to me. I seen Thug say something with Jay, like, Jay need to come tell us how he,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he be telling me shit. I'll be like, yeah, I think you should deliver that shit to some niggas a little bit more, because you got information. Jay just different how he carry himself, but he got information that a thug might lose shit that he might need to hear. I get that information, so I don't really feel like that, but I knew he was talking about.
But Jay gave us a whole catalog of information through music. If you listening, it's right there.
Yeah. I be ready to tell Jay any day, man, student, get an Instagram, dog. Stop making Start letting these niggas know how this shit go. Real rap. We gotta follow some weird ass niggas, and you see like is it's just like we following like we in the times of some fucked up shit. Jay like we just talking about him before, not just to use him, but you go look at his company, how his shit built, the guys he came up around.
Absolutely.
It's built off of integrity, people that came up. Everybody ain't gonna make it in any situation. All that day one shit, all your day ones in there, that shit is out the door. Some of the people he came up with is around. He stayed grounded.
Yeah.
It's not a nigga, but he made it to billionaire status. So me following that path, this off subject, me following that path, I ain't gonna be popping pills if I'm trying to make it to billionaire status, because I never seen a billionaire that pop pills, really. I never seen that with my own eyes, so I ain't gonna try to follow that path. All I see on my corner, niggas that don't have any money popping pills, so I try to lead by example a little bit. I'm gonna be talking some shit that's gonna be off the Richter because I'm an artist, I'm a rapper. I seen some fucked up shit in my life. I don't mean follow it when I talk about it. I ain't your parent, I'm an artist.
Does Meek Mill still believe in street code?
Like what? It's a code to everything.
Okay.
It's a code to fucking the streets. It's a code to the police. It's a code to the system. It's a code to everything. Yeah, I believe in that. To what level?
So just like,
Let's speak on it too, because they be needing to hear this shit. I know this interview wasn't supposed to be about these type things, but let's take it.
I love it. I love going there. Like, you for so long we've glorified the hood. We've celebrated all the wrong things in the hood. Even when we talk about being real is always something to do with being criminal. I don't think that's being real just because you being criminal.
Like, it was a guy on the internet, he was put on, what did you do out here? He was saying that to me. And to me, I thought that was extremely funny that a guy that, and I don't want to take nothing from him, like, in an interview and just make it about, but a guy that didn't really achieve much is sitting here cocky with an ego on here telling nigga, what you do? And he talking in street. So I'm like, all right, bet. All right, you might, you killed 2-3 people. All right, you killed 7 people. You sold 85 bricks. What else you do? What the fuck do that mean? What do that mean? Like, what do that have to do with the word real?
Yeah. All you really did was add to the destruction in our communities.
No, but even if you might have had to kill some of them, like me, like some people in the hood get killed and shit like that, they be having to die. They be around killing people, kids, causing havoc. Some of them people be having to get handled because they be mentally sick. America believes in it too. They got the death penalty. Like this. Right. But in my mind, that he talking to me so cocky and believe that because he in the streets that he like lava to me. I'm like, nah, nigga, I put my grandmama house. I just built that shit up from ground up. You know how rappers be like, my grandmom don't move and shit like that? My grandma don't move either. We're gonna build a ground up. From the ground up, we're gonna put an elevator in this bitch, a rooftop, everything that she desire. That's what I think real. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she got surgery. She had the fucking best surgeon New York has to offer. That's what I do. My son and them, everybody, kids around us, they go to private school. That's what I do. That's why I'm a real nigga. That's why I'm on some shit.
No, that's why you're a real man. Yeah. I think we gotta start separating the two.
But they call it real nigga. We call it real nigga. Yeah. Me too, myself. I'm guilty of it too. I'm not trying to like alienate people. This is my real. So he was talking to me like that. I'm looking at the phone. It's through a phone, but I'm like, you got some fucking audacity asking me what I do. Nigga, is you crazy?
There was a point in your life.
But in his mind, he believed that he in the streets, like he a lava human being. He means more to this world than me because he might have killed and sold some work. My shit is, I'm trying to, it's a disconnect.
There was a point in your life where you wanted to prove that too, though, right?
Yeah, definitely, because that's the way I was trained from a baby on up. I told you, mama taught you how to fight, but she taught you how to write. They try to read your rights before you can read them right. You coming right into this, so there ain't really no control. You know, it took me to what? I said I caught on. When I turned 30 years old, I felt myself start thinking different. And that's when around the time I was coming and doing radio runs. And you could kind of hear in my interviews I was talking a little different. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I'm not perfect. I could be an asshole sometimes. In front of streets, in front of the hood. So everybody might not agree with my ways and my way of thinking. But, I felt like I grew a little more than where I came from. And I erased I'm revamping that type of mind frame. I'm revamping my whole mind frame. I'm never gonna tell. We talking about street code. Ain't no telling. You in the streets, you committing crime. Don't go get snatch nobody out the house when they in there with their wife and kids, cause they might have was born in the shit and was born in the crime and got to make a way and taking 2 years of risking their life and sacrificing their lives so their family can make it out of the ghetto. If you was doing bad and committing a crime, don't try to, when you get caught, don't go snatch that other person out the house with their family. And you don't know what their situation is. Stand up to that. That's just, I agree with that. I don't agree when fucking Charlamagne, you get in the car with me right now and we go ride through the Bahamas and I shoot somebody in the head, we both get locked up. And I'm like, shit, that wasn't me.
Now, Meek, I'm gonna have to tell on you.
Yeah.
I just got
But nobody distinctive that. When I was growing up, nobody, I said it wrong, nobody distinguished that.
Yeah.
Of like what's right and wrong in the mix of that shit. I was in jail with some guys and shit. They had life over somebody that for a crime they didn't do, but the guy that did it, not taking care of them in jail, he not taking care of their kids on the outside, he ain't doing shit. And if I'm taking this case for you, nigga, and I'm being loyal to you, if you really did that shit, take that shit for me. You really committed this action.
Yeah.
You saying, I'm taking this action for you because this is, like, if you sign up for some shit and you get caught up in that, I ain't speaking for you. You gotta live in that. But you know, sometimes you might play basketball, you hang with me. And I'm in the streets, I'm shooting shit. And you in the car with me one day, I shoot some shit. Now we get locked up. All you know is you can't tell because it's the lifestyle you grew up in, but he played basketball. He ain't got nothing to do with this.
That's the first charge
As
I ever
a real man, the real nigga shit, I supposed to take that so that young nigga could do what he need to do and further his, because he really ain't in this shit. But the way it go, they made it bully tactics. Like, even if I kill somebody and you get caught for it, and not saying that I supposed to tell or you supposed to tell, it's bully tactics that I'm not even supposed to stand up for you trying to stand up for me. If you about to take a life sentence and you ain't even do it, I ain't gonna stand up for you. I ain't your fucking friend.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be my friend. And that, you understand what I'm saying?
Listen, that's the first charge I ever had. First charge I ever had was pointing and presenting a firearm, assaulting battery with intent to kill. Guess what I did?
Yeah.
Nothing. I was in the back seat.
Yeah.
My man shot out the front seat.
Yeah.
Dude who was driving was
So
on
what happened?
probation.
You told?
No, the dude who was driving on probation
You knew
told
not
on
to
all
tell,
of us.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, you knew that though, right?
But the dude driving told, and he was on probation. He ain't give a fuck. He was like, man, I'm on probation. I'm not going to jail for y'all niggas.
See, me, it's a broken system. I'm just not working with a broken system that's going out their way, and they're known, it's a known fact to go out their way to take people like my color and my kind off the street. It could be fucking, somebody could have died. I'm just not working with that system because it's broken. And that's how we always came up. We always rebelled towards the ways that I rebelled towards the 13th Amendment. They go to jail, we slaves. I'm not working with that. I'm not working under that orchestration. This shit is made and designed to kill people like me. I'm not working with that type of shit. I will be in, I don't have anything against cops. I won't say I'm not working with them. That's a hard way to say, but on that tip, I ain't fucking with that.
So if Meek Mill see a crime
The judge was trying to send me to jail, nigga. She was in there talking about boys the men on. They came and said, you want to wear a wire on this lady? No, I ain't fucking with that.
Why
agent.
not though?
I'm not fucking
Because
with
she's
that.
the type of person that's going to keep putting young black men under the jail. Why not get her up out of there?
Let's write a grievance. America is built off of paperwork. The fucking, the what's it called? The Constitution is on paper. I can't write a grievance. I got to wear a wire and be conniving and sneaky and put... I don't even want you to think I wore a wire. You know, I work with the feds every time you're around me. It's just like, do we got a wire? Is he recording me? Is it why should I don't want to be involved.
But what if we taking out the bad guys though? In that case, you would be taking out somebody who's making the system corrupt.
I don't want to be involved in that. I don't even want to be involved in none of that. The game that I was, the religion, the lifestyle that I took upon since a baby, that wasn't a part of it. And that's just, I don't believe, like a broken system that's aimed to take people out like myself, I'm not working with that to take other people out.
I got to give you the camera on 60 Minutes question. If you was living in an apartment building and you knew it was a murderer next door, would you tell on the murderer?
Hell fucking no. I don't have nothing. So he could try to murder me now? Do you think the cops going to, like, look, right now, somebody wanted to kill you. I wanted to kill you right now, right? I'm going to kill you. And you know I'm a killer. And you call the cops and say, make a police report. Meek want to kill me. You think that's gonna stop you from getting killed?
If I run out of here and get the fuck on
No,
and
if
get
you
up the
make a
road.
police report, do you think the police are gonna stop
Oh,
you
no,
from?
they're not gonna protect me.
No, they're just
yeah.
gonna know what happened. They're gonna have a clue about what happened after you get killed.
Yeah. Let me ask you about Nipsey, man. You know, we seen people from the hood turn on their own people who are trying to do better. Do you think it's possible to be devoted to the hood you came from without putting yourself in danger?
It depends what type of hood. Where I come from, I murder rate 365 people a day. If 365 black people get murdered around here a day, and if you're a rapper, you know, it brings attention to you. It brings more attention to you in those type of environments. I don't think it's the survival rate at like on some 2%, 5% shit, especially being a famous figure and coming back down that low where, you know, you have some people that are low lives on a so low level that if you that high up, you can't even come in contact with them because you're gonna have to kill them or they're gonna kill you or you'll end up going to jail. So it's just tricky. If I go out my neighborhood right now, you got some dudes that they got so much self-hate in them, they might go and try me, and I don't play with niggas like that. I don't play with bullies. I don't know if y'all been following me like my whole way. Like, I lay down at night when people try and I see people bully people and shit like that, when I lay down at night, that shit pop up in my eye, I be like, he won't do that to me. Like, I always been that type, so when I'm coming back to the hood and I'm making millions and actually change my mind frame, it's something always in the back of my head want to take on them type guys, and that should be my downfall. So the best thing for me to do is try to stay from around it. So my method, me and Nipsey got different mind things. I think we was alike in certain ways, but we got two total different mind frames. You ain't never catch me in the hood without no pistol around close. And I'm talking about in an illegal way. It's 300 murders around. Little girls getting shot around. Why should I be around here not protected? Police got on bulletproof vests and guns. Why should I be coming around here with millions and trying to help lift shit up? It's all dangerous. No, you can't. It ain't. If you ain't gonna play that, I told you, I got bulletproof trucks and everything. I believe that the hood will kill you. I believe that.
You and Nipsey, y'all were working on an album, right? A mixtape or something?
Yeah, we was working on doing a project. You know, it's like first artists talk about it and be small talk, and then, you know, me and him start sending each other songs, and I start doing verses to ones he doing, and he start doing verses to ones we doing, but we never finished.
How close did y'all get?
20%, 30%, not even halfway done.
Yeah, you were really affected by Nipsey's death, clearly, like a lot of us were. How did the way Nipsey lived his life impact you?
He impacted me to make change for shit like that, man. No niggas, no young kings like that shouldn't be gunned down in the hood, and that's just he a legend just for that. Nigga, you made it out and you got gunned down by a low life. You are a legend. You just showed kids that you can make it out, and someone where you come from will pull you back and take your life. That I guarantee you, Nipsey probably touched hundreds of millions of children from the ghetto. They know deep down in their mind they will have their life took if they pursue their dreams and try to stay in the hood. Just that message alone, Nipsey made me fall back off the hood. Because if this niggas trying to kill us and do that type shit to us that bad, if I'm gonna come there for that type of, I ain't gonna come here acting like niggas ain't trying to treat me like that. That's how they doing us. You see these rappers, they getting shot, killed. I'm gonna carry it that way. I'm gonna come bulletproof. I'm gonna come protected every way I can. But if I gotta do all that, my new solution, just get around that shit. You know what I mean? Some of us have survivor's remorse when they make it out so far away from those group of people. He probably ain't wanna leave those people when he had to die there to send his message in and really get his life message, his life calling across. I don't know what it is. I don't never think he had to die. I think that was a mistake on all levels, but he might have felt that. Like, I ain't leaving my hood. I'm gonna lift my shit up. And that was his calling. That's why he a legend. Just that alone. Mm-hmm. You don't have niggas that's gonna stay in their neighborhood knowing it's dangerous, knowing you might be killed 9 times out of 10. That's just itself. He impacted me, and so he let me know I could die. He let me know I could change any law for niggas, people that look like myself. You could give away $1 million, $1 billion. You still might get smoked by somebody that look like you over some bullshit. He taught me that. So, you know, he taught me how to move better, to keep on being a legend and inspire me to be successful and make moves better. That's just enough in my book, personally.
Yo,
And Anybody that come from poverty that can inspire people across the world, you're a fucking legend. Me, I'm a superhero. When I walk in with my nieces and nephew and them, they know they ask me for a stack, they getting it. They ask me for 10 stacks. You can be 10 years old in my household. My little cousin know they get any. I'm a hero to them. I'm a legend to them. I'm a legend to my mom. Nobody never went to college. Nobody never really made millions and shit like that. This shit is legendary. We coming from poverty. Everybody know that. You know what I mean, this is what it is. Our mind frame, where we came from, once again, we was taught to like discredit each other. I'm guilty of the same thing, not blaming anybody, anything. I was the same. He ain't no real nigga. But I used to talk the same way. And I still do sometimes. Just I don't promote it. You know what I'm saying? And, just that alone, Nipsey inspired me to stay out the hood and not lose my life in the hood and not be trying to be no real niggas and making decisions out of ego ways to impress some shit that's not even real. That whole mentality is not. It need to be updated. They need to update the street rule book or some shit like that, because nobody really gonna survive. You're gonna have a lot of real, brilliant, smart kings dying over dumbass shit because the rule book can get updated to the time.
Well, that's what you here for, though. Like
That's what we doing in the interview. We
All
updating it right now. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. Not saying the people we talking about. I don't give a fuck who don't like the mind frame. You know, he made it out the hood. He thinking different, or he changed. I got 100 reps and I would never change. I changed. You know why I changed? Niggas change. When I was broke, nobody used to ask me for money. Now people ask me for money, and they be like, "You changed." I be like, "No, you never used to ask me for money. So technically, you changed." You know, I never was the guy people call when somebody die. Now somebody die right now. Somebody gotta go to college. 9 times out of 10 in my world, you gonna call me. It was never like that. I'd be like, no, the situation changed. I ain't changed, so I had to change and grow and be different. If you stay the same, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Bring a helicopter through the hood? I'm fucking on Jets helicopters every day. What I gonna do? Fly over the hood and stunt on the hood all day?
All right.
I post to inspire the kids that's deep buried in poverty, but man, I'm on some shit. I think I got smarter. When I went to jail, I started reading books, manned up. My whole life flashed before my eyes. I never told people this. Last time I was locked up, I had $1 million when I was in there. My bills was $100,000 a month. 100,000. I ain't trade nothing in. I ain't panic. I ain't complain. My career would have been over. Probably most likely I would have did 2 years at that point. I could have got killed up there. I'm up here with lifers and shit. My life flashing before my eyes. So when I came home, I had to smarten up. Even when I was in there, I had to smarten up and get it right. And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
I got a few more questions. Because, you know, what you're saying is real. You're breaking all of these stigmas. Like, you are redefining what it is to be a man, a real nigga. How do you continue to, like, just eradicate those stigmas that are around masculinity and mental health and just let the hood know it's okay to grow?
Yeah, through my music. Like, niggas gonna see me, I be telling niggas, I be like, look, you see, I don't be getting in this shit no more, but people respect me for doing reform more than respect me for running down on shit. And like, what we thought was respect is not really respect. Like, doing like, me, I be having 100 people with me. I don't know if you know, like, I get the choice, like, think about it, me and Safari, just bring that up. Now, think a year later, I see Safari on the red carpet, I'm with 100 dudes. My budget is incredible. I'm on a jet, I got security, 100 dudes. I know when I run into him, 9 times out of 10, I might have an advantage over a person who don't have the budget to protect themselves at this level. In my mind, I'm always the nigga, you know what? I'm never gonna say nothing to you when I'm with 100 people or shit like that. That don't make me feel real, you know what I'm saying? Or make me feel like I'm iller because I could get over it. If that was the case, Tekashi was doing shit when he was on that. I still wasn't looking at him like he was real. It looked like he was living a life that wasn't his life. So just because he's doing a part of being around people that's doing shit and violent shit, I ain't look at him real. It looked like he was gonna get into some real bad trouble. And he was gonna have to turn back into his real self like he had to do in the courtroom. I'm a good kid. I started rapping, that's a lesson in itself. It wasn't, what he thought was real was not real.
How do you feel about a situation like that? Because
he inspired these niggas to be, I'm in that same, I was 22, 23, so I know I got influence. I can influence people that, young kids that come from like our environment. I can influence them to do wild shit. So as a 23-year-old, I had to be mindful that I got somebody's son with me. This guy, he hanging with me. He trying to hang in there anyway. He don't got talent. He don't know business. Only thing he know to stick around is to protect me. He might, in his head, I'm killing the first person play with Meek Mill. I gotta make that decision of how I carry these dudes around. I gotta lead them the right way. Not, man, spin that block. Go, man, rob them niggas. It's a certain way you gotta, that shit gonna come back to you. And when it came back, he wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't wanna do 40 years in jail, so I ain't trying to send no hit.
All right.
I ain't trying to get nobody killed. You know, you trying to kill me, we trying to kill you. But if you ain't trying to do, I ain't trying to do no 40 years, so if it ain't life threatening, I ain't making them decisions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be real with yourself. And when I seen that I was a little older, everybody on Twitter and Instagram, they was looking at it like a joke. Everybody, you was laughing too sometimes.
Always.
Everybody, it was just like a big joke. But now when he in there, got motherfucking sons and people, baby moms and fathers taking kids, that shit got serious, you know? He had to get reminded what was really real.
But I told him that the first time I spoke to him.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I said, yo, you gonna end up in jail or dead. This shit you playing is not a game. I said, you playing, everybody, the world ain't playing.
Yeah. And everybody's perspective, no, they tried to kill him, he a kid. No. As a kid that got a shot out of Brooklyn, he has a responsibility to not lead niggas like he was leading. He put a 20 pack on him. He sound like a terrorist. Like, you know, man, he beefing with me. Shit, he just put 20 on my head like that, trying to kill me like that. I might gotta kill him back. Now I gotta risk my freedom because this dude got 100 people around him acting crazy and not being real with himself.
I've seen people accuse you of capitalizing off your experiences with the judicial system and using it to further your fame. How do you respond to those accusations?
So, what the fuck? I use my life, my pain, everything I've been through to make me millions of dollars. I had to go through. People listen to that don't even make sense. I use my pain to make millions of the shit I've been through. Why should I not use that part of the pain? We got a foundation, probably $60, $70 million. I don't get $1 out of that. I don't get paid to go to reform meetings. I don't get paid to fly the panels. Actually, I be having to pay for the jet my own self. That shit. It helped me. It definitely, it make the 50-year-old white person or a person who don't come from my culture notice who I am, but anything I do, I don't do it for a game. You see me post Rod Wave 50 times, it ain't for no game. You see me posting Rowdy, if Rowdy with Atlantic, it wasn't for game, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I definitely want to eat with you and we get some money with if I deserve that, but, what?
That's your life, though. Like, when you're an artist, your greatest commodity, what you selling is yourself. If that's what you're doing, why wouldn't it reflect in your art?
I'm not selling reform. I'm actually spending money to do that shit. I be having 3 shows and then I wake up and fly to LA for a reform panel to talk to some. That shit hurt. It take real time out of my life to do that. I gotta do that. So people that think like that, so you don't understand what's going on. I'm not even addressing it.
Your trajectory seems to be leading you to be mentioned alongside the Jay-Z's, the Diddy's, the other hip-hop moguls.
Yeah.
What did that mean to you? How did that feel?
That was my plans. When I came in this, that was my vision, to align myself with like the highest level, the top of the top. Nip always said top of the top. Jay and them, Diddy, and they at the top of the top. I'm trying, since I ever went to a Jay or any of their concerts, I ain't sing the songs when I went there. I went there and stare and just was quiet and just study everything they was doing. And today, you saying I could be mentioning them titles 10 years from now. That's what I had plans on to do.
And when I see you in those rooms, I see you post, you always feel like, damn, it's surreal to be here with Robert Kraft, Michael Rubin, Jay-Z.
All of them at one time, yeah.
Do you feel like you belong in those rooms yet?
Yeah, I feel like I belong. I wouldn't be there if I ain't belong there. Like, these are the tables that, they not saying you don't have to bring nothing to the table. These are the tables that real decisions get made, people trying to make change. You got to bring something to this table to even be sitting at this table. They make that very clear. If you don't got nothing to bring to the table, you ain't going to be at that table.
What would you say right now to the kid in the hood who's feeling hopeless right now?
It depends what day, though. Some days I be feeling hopeless and rich.
For real?
Yeah, hell yeah, get like that. So it depends what day. Monday I might tell a youngin', stay down, stay focused. But it be days I'd be like, man, fuck. And I mean, it's
Why you think you deal with depression? Like,
just everything in one.
Yeah.
I'm a human being. Yeah, happy, sad times. That's just life.
I want to see you go to therapy.
Yeah.
I think that'd be because
I want to do a therapy interview. I think I need.
you got to get with a psychiatrist or a therapist, Dr. Justice, somebody. Like, I think
I
that'd
don't
be
talk
dope.
to people I don't know though. That shit don't work for everybody. It works. Seriously.
I think it would, man. I think it'd be good for you, man. Like the way you growing, the way you evolving. I think if you actually sat down with a therapist and really unpack some of this shit,
Yeah.
that shit will really take you to another level.
You the therapist today. You work on he do mental health or you got a book out. Be the therapist, Charlamagne.
Well, Meek, man, I'm gonna close it by saying, man, you know, people tend to give the flowers when it's too late. Do you think you're receiving your just due right now?
Whatever's happened, it happened. Like, even people be like, man, I don't want to say it, but man, it might have been good, the jail. I don't dwell on it, like, I don't look at it. I don't wake up and think about Brinkley, that judge, and be like, she sent me to jail. I got some, I'm like, judge tried to send me to jail, did me a favor, 40 million strong, I'm on a year later. It's part of my story. It's a chapter out of the documentary. Actually, when she sent me to jail, I had $1 million, and I came home. I did astronomical shit I never even seen before. I went to levels I never seen, so that was just a part of my life.
Do you hate her?
No, but there was times I hated her. The DA, I looked at, the DA was on my case. She died the other day, 34 of cancer and shit. One day she was in the courtroom. I got violated for a technical violation. She asked the judge for 10 years while my mom and my sister and my son was in the room. It was a technical violation. It was on paper. She asked for 10 years. And my mind at that moment, I was looking at her like, I wish you died. And I ain't really mean that. And she saying she wanted me to get 10 years in front of my mom, my son. She just drove me crazy at that point. And then years later, I seen she died from cancer. I ain't really want that for her. You know what I'm saying? It was just the anger at the time.
Look, man, Meek, I value you, bro. And I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
I like what you're doing.
You be getting crazy sometimes, Charlamagne be acting crazy.
We all works in progress,
No,
man.
sometimes y'all be letting the job, y'all got, people that work in entertainment, y'all can put this on here.
Yeah.
Y'all have a hard time distinguishing like y'all relationships and business. Like
Give me an example. Give me a
like I can see you and be busting up with you a bunch of times and something go bad with me. You ain't even gonna text and be like, yo, such as y'all just gonna go full fledged like a motherfucker ain't even have a relationship.
Depends
Not
what it
just
is.
you though. I'm talking about the whole industry of media. Well, hip hop media, like our media. That's what I know. Motherfuckers don't distinguish that shit. They just go right in. They go right for the job. Like me, when I do my job, I don't do it off of like, if I don't do it like this, I like the moment. Like you might ask a question where you just go in, you know that ain't a good question to ask for this person, and you might be cool with them. In there, still put it out, be like, me, if I had that job and we got a relationship, I'm gonna distinguish the type of shit I do. Sometimes y'all get crazy like that. I used to be mad at Charlamagne when I was wild. I hate this nigga, I can't wait to run this nigga. I'll set this.
I'll be back there. It's like 50 dream chasing niggas. I'm like,
But
get the
then at the
fuck
same,
away.
I run into Charlamagne with 100 niggas because I came to this radio show. They kind of active. But if I see somebody like Charlamagne, no, he work, he ain't here with 100 dudes and shit. I'm with 100 guys. I'm gonna automatically calm down because I'm with 100 people and you with 1 or 2 people. That's just how I think. I don't hate people that look like me that much. I feel like that's taking advantage. I kind of think that's pussy shit. You gotta approach somebody with 100 people. You made me mad a few times, but we grew, we understand and shit like that.
But I mean, yeah, that's it. My man Meek.
Appreciate you, great energy. You caught me on the talking moment when I'm talking too much.
Meek Mill.